Hi, my name is Liz Wolfe, and I grew up on a sheep farm. Wait, I'm going to say that again. My last name is Wolfe, and I grew up on a sheep farm. So, true story, but I'll tell you more about that in a moment. So right now, I just want to thank you so much for listening in to this talk today. And for the past 20 years, I have been coaching entrepreneurs to grow their businesses through learning how to create more clients, to make more money, to be more productive, and to learn about the techniques that you can use to sustain yourself through those challenging times that are sure to come along. And I do that by using a system that includes, first of all, having a clear vision coupled with purposeful action. And then I work with my clients to remove the hidden barriers that we often don't even know are there because they're hidden. And then we, through that, can create sustainable and breakthrough results. So about that sheep farm, yes, when I was 5 years old, my mother purchased 148 acres in the country outside of Pittsburgh, and she started buying sheep. In fact, she bought 300 sheep at one point. And lest you think this was an idyllic childhood for me to have, it certainly had its highlights. But one of the things that my mother liked to do was to dress us up in colonial outfits and take us out to fairs and festivals where we would have to extol the virtues of wool to crowds of people while spinning or weaving or sometimes even bringing live sheep to an event to shear the sheep. Now, as a teen or a tween, it really wasn't my favorite thing to put on those colonial outfits, but it did give me a very solid foundation for two skills that I had in my life. One is, I am not afraid to speak in front of a group of people anytime, anywhere, and no matter the size of the crowd. And the second thing is that I learned a lot about being an entrepreneur that helped me in my later life in being a successful entrepreneur and launching 3 successful businesses. So what I want to do is to talk to you today about what I believe are the 3 top skills that you can learn to be successful in life and in business. Now, I'm going to assert that if I were to ask what you thought were the top 3 skills to learn, or what you can do to get ahead in business, you're probably going to say one of these, a variety of these 3. Number 1, work hard, have discipline and focus, and be really good at time management, right? Another one is get to know the right people. Create a network and a support group of people that can help you get further along in your career. And the third one would be some version of being credentialed or being an expert or being educated in a way that garners you respect in your industry. Now, I'm not going to say that those are not helpful skills to have. However, aren't you a little tired of working so hard? And what if you don't know the right people or you don't have those credentials? What I have found is that people will spend and focus most of their energy on getting credentialed rather than building their business. So I will assert that there are 3 different skills that you can develop to become successful in your career and business. And those 3 skills are to ask powerfully, to give wholeheartedly, and to receive graciously. Now, why I think these skills are so important to learn is because they don't rely on anyone else. There's nothing outside of you that you need in order to be able to develop and hone these skills and use them for yourselves. So let's dive a little bit deeper into what I mean by each one of these: asking, giving, and receiving. So Shakti Gawain said, you create your opportunities by asking for them. Okay, so what do I mean? What is the most impactful thing that you can do to get what you want? Ask for it. Ask for it. It's crazy. We just don't ask for what we want. Now, that sounds simple, but it's not necessarily easy. So what do I mean by asking powerfully? First of all, I mean that I want you to be specific in what it is that you are asking for. So a lot of my clients will come to me and say, I want to make more money. Well, guess what, guys? $5 is more money. But I am pretty sure you do not want to make $5 next year more than you made this year. So be specific. How much money? It's amazing how many people have never defined that for themselves. Or let's say you want to be in a relationship. What kind of a relationship? We've all had relationships that we don't want to have again. So what kind of a relationship? So define that for yourself. Someone who wants to have a family, or someone who maybe is a non-smoker or likes to travel. Write it out and be specific. The second thing about asking powerfully is to say it out loud. How will the universe know what you want unless you actually say it out loud? Now, I think that we do the children in our world a disservice, because when it's their birthday and they make a wish, what do we tell them? We tell them, keep it quiet, because if you say it out loud, what? It doesn't come true. And the reality is the exact opposite is true. If you don't say it out loud, how will anybody know what you want? The universe, people, you have to say it out loud. The second thing is you want to ask for what you want, not for what you don't want. So I have a person that came to a workshop of mine years ago, and all she kept saying was, I don't want a job in finance. I really hate working in finance, and I don't want to work in finance anymore, and I just don't want a job in finance. And you know what? To this day, I have no idea what she wanted to do. All I remember hearing is job in finance, job in finance, job in finance. And that's what she got, a job in finance. Now, the other thing about that is that we've all had relationships we don't want, and so we say, I don't want a relationship like that. But the reality is all that the universe hears is relationship like that, relationship like that, relationship like that. The third thing about asking powerfully is to practice. Practice, practice, practice. I have a client who made a personal goal for himself to ask for 10 things every day. Everything from as simple to asking his neighbor at a restaurant for the salt, to his most recent ask, which was actually a $500,000 grant for his organization. So he has practiced asking, and it's really inspiring to watch. Okay. The second key is to give wholeheartedly. So Deepak Chopra wrote, the easiest way to get what you want is to give what you want. So what do we mean by that? Let's take a look. If I want to create more of what I want to receive, the way to do that is to actually give what it is that I want to receive. So I'm going to tell you a personal story. I own a townhouse in Hamilton Heights in New York City. Buying that townhouse was the most difficult thing up in my adult life that I had ever had to do. It was so difficult. 1 month into the contract and negotiation process, we still did not have a signed contract. I was pulling my hair out. I was so frustrated. My sister called me and she said, Liz, I know what you need to do. You need to give house. I was like, Ruth Ann, you're brilliant. Yes. So I went online onto Habitat for Humanity and I donated $100. And within 1 hour, I had a signed contract. Now, why does this work? It works because I actually literally created more house in the universe. And I created house. So the logic would follow that if you want money, give money. If you want time, give time. But some of us would say, I don't have that much money, or I don't have that much time. I don't have that to give. What can I do? Well, you can still start the process of giving in your life and starting that flow of abundance by giving away the probably many numerous things you have physically in your house that you're tripping over or that don't fit you anymore in your closet. You can start to give that way. You can give in other ways. You can support other people. etc. The other thing that you can do is you can start to clear your mind. You can let go of those negative thoughts, forgiving people for old transgressions, grudges, letting go, letting go. By letting go, you open the space. The third key is to receive graciously. I always say, without receiving, there can be no giving. How can I give to you if you're not receiving? Question I have for you to think about is, what is your context of receiving? Here's what I mean by that. Many of us say, oh, I would love to win the lottery. Anybody here want to win the lottery? A lot of people want to win the lottery. However, statistically, lottery winners are bankrupt. Yeah. Statistically. Who are the lottery winners who are not bankrupt? Those are the people that already had money before they won the lottery. Now, why does this work? Well, think about a potted plant that you may have, like I do, in your house or outside in your garden. If you don't water them, as I often forget to do, and you pour the water in, what happens? It just runs out right down the bottom. Now, that's because that soil is not a context for receiving. It isn't set and ready to receive and hold that water. And that's the same exact thing for you with money. If it's just going right out, there's a certain context of receiving. So how can I expand my context of receiving? Practice, practice, practice. Practice receiving. If someone says, "Ooh, that's a lovely shirt," you say, "Thank you. I graciously and gratefully receive that." I have a personal policy. If people offer me money, I accept it. If I give someone a ride and they want to give me $5 for gas, I take it. I want money. Why would I say no? I want money. I want the universe to know that I want money. So I receive it when it comes my way. And finally, the graciously part of receiving is say thank you. Thank you. I receive this graciously and gratefully. Finally, I've presented these in a linear fashion where it's like ask, give, receive. But actually, it is a cycle. It is a circle. And if you want to start the flow of abundance in your life, you can do that by starting by asking, starting by giving, or starting by receiving. And the thing that binds them all together is the experience of gratitude. We all have at least one thing in our life that we can say that we can be grateful for. And even if you don't, you can physically bring forth in yourself an experience of gratitude. So I would actually challenge you in this moment to literally think of or just bring forth for yourself the experience of gratitude. And by doing so, it's like opening up the floodgates to allowing abundance to come into your life. So I experience tremendous gratitude for you. Thank you so much for listening. Again, my name is Liz Wolfe, and I appreciate your time. Hi, my name is Liz Wolfe. Thanks for listening in to my talk, The 3 Keys to a Richer Life. I'm a coach for entrepreneurs, and what I do is to help people to grow their businesses by getting clients who appreciate their brilliance, to make more money with ease, to be productive, and to learn the techniques that you need to sustain you through those challenging times that are sure to come along. So let me ask you, are you ready to start manifesting the life and business that you are dreaming of? If yes, I would like to invite you to participate in my free 5-day abundance challenge. Now, as we heard in my talk, working hard, having the right connections, and gaining experience are not the fastest ways to create success. Instead, it's to leverage my proven 3-step system of asking powerfully, giving wholeheartedly, and receiving graciously. So during this 5-day abundance challenge, you will apply this 3-step system so that you can accelerate your ability to attract what you want in your life, to make money with ease, and to have the freedom to do what you love and to work less while producing more. And who doesn't want that? So join my free 5-day abundance challenge today. Register using the link below. Thank you, and I will see you at the challenge.